aptitude test. He's a Manhattan certified trainer for GMAT, and he's a CAT trainer at the same time. He takes classes for SSC, so take advantage of his expertise in mathematical area. By the way, we have done a number of areas when we met last few days. That means like before Monday and before Tuesday, those days we have done a number of questions. So let me take you through those areas we have covered. It's a quick review of what we have done. Let's start with a couple of questions. So we have done the area, something like, number series, letter series, all those areas. So let's go for a question from number series. 840, 783, 728, 675. What's the next number in the series? Take a look at this one. Next one is 1740, 2210, 2758, 3390. What's the next number? Yes, I see the answers from Alan, Ansi, Nishmita, Benedict. Anybody else? Ria? Who else we have? Akhil? So what is the pattern here? 840, 783, 728, 675. Well, either you can take differences or you may take another pattern. So differences are 57, so it's first number minus 57, second number minus 55, third number minus 53. So these are 57, 55, 53. Next one must be 51. So minus 51, that is going to be the answer. So that's one way of doing it. Is there any other pattern? Well, if differences are odd numbers, consecutive odd numbers, then the series would have a pattern that is something related with the squares. So 840, 783, is it a perfect square? If it is not a perfect square, which one is the perfect square near to this 840 and 783 and 728? Think about it. 840 is what? 29 square minus 1. 29 square is 841. Then 28 square minus 1. 28 square is 784. So that's minus 1. So 728. 728 is 27 square. 27 square minus 1. 27 square is 729. Next one is 26 square. 26 square is 676 minus 1. So it is 29, 28, 27, 26. So next one must be 25 square minus 1. And the answer is pretty simple. Once you get the pattern, answer is pretty simple. Everybody knows what is 25 square, and the answer is 25 square minus 1. So 624 is the answer. How about next question? 1740, 2210, 2758, 3390. What are these numbers? 1740, 2210, 2758, 3390. Is there any kind of like cubes or squares near to these numbers, or is it kind of like differences? Those differences gives you kind of pattern, anything like that? Anybody? If I give you a number before this 1740, is it useful? I'll just give you a number before that. Check it out. 1332. Sorry, 1342. 1342. Okay, so Ansi got an answer. Good, I appreciate it. So the number before this one, 1342. All right, Divya got a different answer. Ansi got a different answer. So 1342. Do you have any idea what is this 1342? Is there any peculiarity for this number? Is it a square, or is it near to a square, or is it a cube? Well, 1342, is it a cube or near to a cube? One, 3, 4, 2. Is it a cube of any number? Or is it a square of any number? Or any number near to that? Okay, good. So that is 11 cube plus 11. So 11 cube is 1331. So 1342 is 11 cube plus 11. So next, if it is 11 cube plus 11, next one, we may take a look at, is it 12 cube plus 12? That's the first thing we look. So 12 cube plus 12. 12 cube is 1728. 12 cube plus 12, that is going to be 1740. Then we have 13 cube. 13 cube. 13 cube plus 13. That is 2210. So 13 cube is 2197. So 13 cube, if you are not sure about 13 cube, that is 2197. Next one is 14 cube. 14 cube is what? 2744. Well, if you are not sure what is 14 cube, if you need to calculate the 14 cube, don't go for conventional calculation. 14 cube is what? 14 square into 14. 14 square is what? 196. So 196 into 14. 196, take it as 200. For the calculation convenience, we'll take it as 200. 200 into 14, that is 2800. 2800. However, instead of 196, we have taken 200. Difference is what? 4. That 4 into 14 must be subtracted. 14 into 2 is 28. 14 into 4 must be 56. 56 must be subtracted from 2800. So we'll subtract 50 first. 2800 minus 50, 2750. What is 6? We have to subtract another 6 from that. 2750 minus 6, 2744. So 2744, that's a cube of 14. But what we need is 2744 plus 14. So 14 cube plus 14. So that is 2758. So it's perfect pattern. 11 cube plus 11, 12 cube plus 12, 13 cube plus 13. So next one is going to be 15 cube plus 15. Now the answer is going to be 16 cube plus 16. Again, if you are not sure about 16 cube, this is what we do. 16 square into 16. Now 16 square, that is 256. That 256, you know what? You can take it as 250 plus 6. 256, you can take it as 250 plus 6 into 16. At the same time, we know that 250 into 4 is 1000. So the 16 we split it as into 16, we split it as into 4 into 4. 16 means 4 into 4. Now 250 into 4, 250 into 4 is what? 1000. 1000 into 4 is what? 4000. Balance is what? 6. 6 into 16, 96. So 4096. That is what? 16 cube. Now you need to add another 16 with that, another 16. So 4096 plus 10 is 4106. Plus we need a 6 along with that. So the answer is 4112 would be the answer. 4112. So that's a pattern for this question. Well, it's a bit challenging question, but it is not that difficult. Only thing what you need, the cubes of numbers, cubes, squares, all those kind of things. Now I'll give you one more question from number patterns. It is 2, 12, 36, 80, 150. What's the next number? This pattern is something familiar to you. We have done this similar pattern for many other questions, not for number series, but for analogies and all, we have used this pattern. Answer choices are A, B, C, and D. $294, $316, $252, and $308. All right, I have the answer from Amala. Anyone else? Amala, Paulvin. Elizabeth. And those who are done with this question, take a look at the next question. Do your best and get the answer as quick as possible. The first question on the board right here, it is 2, 12, 36, 80, and 150. So what is the pattern here? 2, 12, either you can take differences, 10 is a difference, then 12 and 36, the difference is what, 24, and 36 and 80, what the difference, it's 44, and 80 and 150 difference is 70. Of course, if you take the next level of differences, possibly we may get an answer. But again, it's time consuming. So rather than, is there any better method for here? And many of you got the answer. What do you think? What's the pattern? What's the best pattern here? Well, the first one, it is 2. Next one is 12, 36. 36 is what? 6 square. Then if you take squares, next one, 12 is 3 square plus 3. And 2 is 1 square plus 1. And 80 means 9 square minus 1. So 150, the nearest square is 12 square. 12 square plus 6. However, that doesn't give any kind of pattern. Anything else? Any pattern with the cubes? Is it possible? Nearest cube for 12, nearest cube for 2, nearest cube of 36. Yeah, that's right. So first one, 2 is what? 1 cube plus 1. And 12 is 2 cube. 2 cube is 8. 2 cube plus 2. And 36, 3 cube is the nearest cube. So 3 cube plus 3. And 80, that is 4 cube. 4 cube plus 4. 4 cube is 64 plus 16. Oh, sorry, this is this case 2 cube plus 2 square. This case it must be 3 cube plus 3 square, 4 cube plus 4 square, then 1 cube plus 1 square. So the answer is going to be, after this 5 cube plus 5 square, we need to have 6 cube plus 6 square. That is going to be the answer. So 6 cube is 216 plus 6 square is what? 36. So the answer is 252. And I appreciate those who got the answer. Keep it up. Now next question, 26, 123, 36, and 1320. And similar pattern we have done earlier. So take a look at it. So what is the answer for that question? Well, questions we were doing earlier, those questions were easy, much more easier than what we do right now. So this is usually what happens in a competitive exam. Well, some of the questions may be really easy, but some of the questions may be challenging, especially that depends on the organization. If the organization likes, reputed companies, or if it is kind of like, what, government organization, or it could be like central government organizations who are conducting exam for their jobs, central government jobs. So all those kinds of exams, you can expect a bit challenging questions rather than pretty easy questions. So I have answers from Divya, Drishya. Anybody else? So 24 is what? 120 is what? 336. What is that? Any pattern here? 24 in terms of squares, that is 5 square minus 1. 120 in terms of squares, 11 square minus 1. So 5 square minus 1, 11 square minus 1. Next one, 336. The nearest square is 18 square. 18 square is 324. 324 plus how much is that? 336. Going to be 12. So, well, it doesn't give you a pattern. What else? I have answers from Divya, Drishya, Soumya. So what do you think? What would be the possibility here? We tried the squares. How about differences? Is it possible? How cubes, right? So, well, first one is 3 cube minus 3. 5 cube minus 5. This one is 7 cube. 7 cube is 343 minus 7. So next one, what is it? 10 cube is 1000. So this is more than 1000. So it must be 11 cube. 11 cube minus 11. So what is the pattern? 3 cube minus 3, 5 cube minus 5, 7 cube minus 7, 11 cube minus 11. And if it is prime numbers, then next one must be 13 cube minus 13. 13 cube is 2197. 2197 minus 13. So the answer must be 2184. And here is another pattern from Alan. Alan says that 12 into 13 into 14. So what do you say? 12 into 13 into 14. So what is the pattern? The first one is what? 4 into 6. Next one. Is that the pattern you are talking about? Give me an idea. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. That's all right. So anyway, you tried it. Even if you get a wrong answer, that's all right. As long as you tried, that's the first thing we need. Try to do the possible. Try to do the question. Well, beginning you may get the wrong answer. That is how you become an expert. All right, any questions from what we have done so far? This question, the answer is 2184. 2184. Another one, slightly different from what we have done so far. H is 504. If that's the case, what's the code for L? I have an answer from Marian. Good, I appreciate it. Anybody else? Divya, Ria, Alan. So I see this kind of patterns in many of those Canvas recruitment aptitude tests. So, well, this is one of their favorite pattern. H is to something, then L is to what? Number is coded, letter is coded as a number. So this case, what we know, the position value of H is 8. And 8 and 504, is there any kind of relation? That's what we are looking for. If we can establish that relation, that's pretty easy for us to get the answer. Yeah, that's Divya says it's a cube relation. So what is it? 8 cube is what? 8 square into 8. If you are not sure about what is 8 cube, that's 8 square into 8. 8 square is what? 64. 64 into 8 means 60 into 8, that is 480. Balance is 4. 4 into 8, 32. 480 plus 32, 512. So this is 504. So it is not a direct cube. It is what? 8 cube minus 8. So if it is the case, then we'll apply the same pattern on the right hand side. What is it? 12 and 12 cube minus 12. 12 cube minus 12, well, 12 cube is 1728. So 1728 minus 12, it's going to be 1716. 1716. That's the case. How about like 18 and 48? 180 and what? '18 and 48, there are different ways of looking at it. 18 into 3. 18 into 3 is 54. 54 minus 6. So into 3 minus 6. Same way, 180 into 3 minus 6. So that is 540. 180 into 3 is 540. 540 minus 6. 540 minus 6. Well, we don't have that answer choice here. So that pattern doesn't work. Anything else? These are the kinds of varieties you can get in the normal, real exam. Anybody? 18. 18, if you take squares, 4 square plus 2 is 18. 48 is what? 7 square minus 1. But right hand side is what? 180. 180, where in terms of squares, the nearest square is 169. 169 is 13 square. 13 square plus 11. However, doesn't make any sense. No pattern at all. What else? How about differences? 18 and 48. That difference is 30. So 180 plus 30, 210. 210 is a correct answer. Again, we don't have that answer choice here. Anything else? In terms of cubes, any possibility in terms of cubes? We haven't checked the cubes so far. How about cubes? What's the nearest cube of here? 18. Nearest cube is 3 cube. 3 cube is 27. 27 minus 9 is 18. So 3 cube minus 3 square. How about 14? I mean 48. Yes, now you got it. So this is 48 is 64 minus 16. So that is 4 cube minus 4 square. Okay, so Alan got the answer. Sajid got it. Now you look at the right hand side. So it's 3 cube minus 3 square on the left hand side, 4 cube minus 4 square. So that's a pattern. 3 and 4. Right hand side must be, well, 180 must be, is it 5 cube? 5 cube minus 5 square is going to be 100. So that is not the case. Now try 6 cube. 6 cube is 216 minus 6 square. So that is going to be 180. So that is good. Now, what is on the right hand side? Well, if it is left hand side, left pair, 3 and 4. So right pair must be 6 and 7. So 7 cube minus 7 square. 7 cube is 343 minus 7 square. So well, take it as 343 minus 49. So what I suggest is 343 minus 50. That is 293. But we don't need to subtract 50. We just need to subtract 49. So you can add 1 back. So 293 plus 1, 294. So the answer is going to be 294. Right? Done. So these are kind of like, you know what, tricky patterns we can expect in many of these exams. And another one right here, we have done this similar pattern earlier. The numbers are different, pattern is exactly same as we have done last time. So take a look at it. 16 into, 16 and what? The idea, 11 and 24. Straightforward question. 11 and 24. If you take difference, 11 plus 13 is 24. 16 plus 13, we don't have such an answer. Then next one, 11 into 2, 22 plus 2 is 24. 16 into 2 plus 2, 16 into 2, 32 plus 2, 34. We don't have such an answer. Next possibility. Why this is 11 into 2? Any particular reason why this is 11 into 2? Why that 2 is there? Well, the digits what we have for 11, it's 1 and 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. That could be the reason. 1 plus 1 is 2. Same way, right hand side. 16, 1 plus 6. 1 plus 6 is what? 7. So 16 into 7 plus 7. So 16 into 7 is what? 16 into 6 is 96. 16 into 7 is 112. 112. So 112 plus 7. Yes, Akhil got the answer. 119 is the answer. These questions are a bit challenging. Of course, this is something you can expect from a reputed company. So they won't give you the pretty simple questions. Pretty simple questions, these are the warm-up questions we need to start with. Once you get through it, then definitely you have to improve, you have to practice more. Now we'll get into another interesting area which is called time and work. Any one of our faculty discussed time and work earlier? Shiv Prasad sir or Shilpa miss, anybody? Any of our other faculty discussed time and work? No, that's fine. So well, let's get into time and work. The basics of time and work, it is first of all, when you think about time and work, you may think it is going to be mathematics related and this needs a lot of formula, all those kind of things. So first of all, don't even think about it. We can do these questions. Every maths related question, you can do it without mathematical formula. Only thing you need to have a familiarity with the numbers. That's it. And the other thing what you need is common sense. So let's say you can do a job in 5 days. You can do a job in 5 days. So if you can do a job in 5 days, what part of the job can be done in 1 day?
1 by 5.
1 by 5. That's it. So that's the basics of, like, you know what, time and work. So if you need 5 days to do a job, 5 days to do a job. So in 1 day, what you do is 1 by 5th of the job. So, well, if you can do 1 by 5th of a job in a day, in 1 day, then how many days you require to finish that job? One by 5th of a job can be done in 1 day. So how many days it requires for you to finish that job? 5 days. That's pretty simple. However, I want you to understand this relation. If you need 5 days to finish a job, what you can do is 1 by 5th of the job. So this 5, you take the reciprocal. You take it as 1 by 5. Same way, 1 by 5 of a job can be done in a day. That means you need 5 days to finish that job. So think about it. A person can do 1 by 10th of a job in a day. That means you can read 10 pages of a book. That book has total 100 pages. So you can read 10 pages of a book in 1 day. So what is it? It is a 1 by 10th of the total book. So how many days you need to finish that book? You have to reciprocate it. That is what? 10 by 1. So how many days you need? 10 days. So this is what the logic behind time and work type of questions. Now I'll show you how do we do it. The questions what usually come for the exam. They may ask you questions something like, A can do a piece of work in 2 days. A can do a piece of work in 2 days. A in 2 days. And B can do the same piece of work in 2 days. Then if they work together, How many days it requires for them to finish the job? Just 1 day. So you don't need to calculate anything. You can get the answer right away. So, well, A can do a job in 2 days. So that means in 1 day, A can do is 1/2 of the job, half of the job. And B can do like that job in 2 days. That means in 1 day, B can do half of the job. So if you add this 1/2 plus 1/2, what do you get? 1. So both of them work together. They can finish the job in 1 day. We'll take another example. P and Q. P can finish a job in 3 days and Q can finish a job in 3 days. Pretty simple. If P can finish a job in 3 days and Q can finish a job in 3 days, so how many days it requires for them to complete the job if they work together? 2/3. So how do we get it? So P can do 1/3 of a job in 1 day and Q can do 1/3 of a job in 1 day. So 1 day, if they do it together, 1/3 plus 1/3. So that is going to be 2/3. So they can do 2/3 of the work in a day. Now the question is how many days? In order to get the number of days, what we do, we'll take the reciprocal is this, 3/2. 3/2 is 1.5 days. So that is what I have explained earlier. See that? If you can do 1/5 of a job in 1 day, then you need 5 days to finish it. If you can do 1/20th of a job in a day, that means you need 20 days to finish it. So this case, P and Q together, they can finish 2/3 of a job in 1 day. So how many days they need? 3/2 days need. 2/3 is the job done in 1 day. So the number of days required is 3/2. So 1.5 days. Now we'll take a look at a bit more confusing questions. So we'll just go step by step. Now, these two students, they are working on an assignment, or let's say a project. So A can finish the project in 3 days. And B is little more slower than A. B requires 4 days to finish the same project. So A can finish a project in 3 days and B needs 4 days to finish that project. So if A and B work together, how many days it requires for them to finish the project? Yes, I see the answers from Alan, Anu, Richu, Saumya, Anu, Benedict, Therese. So we use the same logic here. It's nothing complicated here. So A needs 3 days to finish the work. So in 1 day, how much can be done by the A? So 1/3. And B needs 4 days. So in 1 day, we can do what? 1/4. So 1/3 plus 1/4. So if they work together, how much they can do? They can do what? 4 plus 3, 7. I hope you know how to take the LCM, that part as well. So these are all kind of like preliminary things. All right, so this is going to be 7/12 of the job can be done in a day. This is 7/12 of the job can be done in a day. My question is how many days we need to do the job. So we need to invert it. So 12/7. 12/7, of course. Either most of the time your answers would be given in a fraction, so you don't need to convert most of the time. But in case if you need to convert 12 by 7, you get approximately 1.7, right? 1.7 is the answer. So 12 by 7 is good enough. Let's take another example. Balu can finish a job in 8 days. And Ramya can do the same job in 10 days. So if Balu and Ramya work together, how many days it require them to finish half of the job? I see the answer from Alan. Anybody else? Alan, Amla, Paulvin, Anumol. Anybody else? So this is going to be pretty simple. If you get the concept, it's pretty easy. Balu is what? 1 by 8. Ramya is what? 1 by 10 in a day. So take the LCM. 10 and 8, what's LCM? 40, correct? 40 is the LCM. So 40 is the LCM. How many times? 8 is what? 5 times. 10 is what? 4 times. So 5 plus 4, 9. 9 by 40. 9 by 40 of the job can be done in 1 day. So how many days it requires? 40 by 9. However, the question is what? In order to finish half of the job, so half of the job, half of this. So when you divide that by 2, what do you get? 20 by 9. So the answer is going to be 20 by 9 days. So approximately how much is that? 2 point something, right? So it's 20 by 9 is good. Fraction is good. And you know what? They may make this question as complicated as possible in different ways. Sometimes they may give you like, you know what, these people are working together for a few days, then one person leaves the job and that person comes back later, all those kind of things. So first of all, what you need to do, you need to be comfortable with this kind of question. You need to be really, what I say, it is comfortable, and you need to be really solid with the concept. Let's take another case. Now we are doing that, you know what, the simplest form of these kind of questions. Now we'll just, you know what, make it little. 3 people are working together on a project. A can finish the job in 3 days, B can finish the job in 4 days, and C can finish the job in 6 days. Now, if they work together, how many days they need to finish the job? So make it quick. What is 1 by 3 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 6? So 1 by 3, 1 by 4, 1 by 6. So what is the LCM? So we'll directly get into LCM. So it is going to be 12. So 3, 4 times, 4, 3 times, 6, 2 times. So 4 plus 3, 7 plus 2, 9. So that is 9 by 12. 9 by 12th of the job can be done in 1 day. So that means number of days required is 12 by 9. 12 by 9. 12 by 9, if it's a fraction, we can just, cut short. Cut short. 3 is the common factor. So, well, when you divide with the 3, 4 by 3. So that's the answer, 4 by 3. Now, sometimes, most of the time, I see that like men and women are working together. Usually, they say a man can finish kind of like a job in 10 days. If it's a woman requires 12 days to do that job. Well, don't think about gender discrimination here. That's the way they frame the question. Usually, some jobs which is related with the power required. So usually men can finish that job much easier or much earlier than women. So for a man, it requires what, 10 days to finish the job. For a woman, it requires what, like 12 days to finish the job. Now, sometimes they say this men and women, if they work together, one man and one woman, if they work together, how long it takes for them to finish the job. That's the type of question. Sometimes they may say, we have 4 men and 5 women are working on this job. Then how many days it requires to do that job? Those kind of questions. It may be like complicated level of questions. First of all, take a look at this. A man needs 10 days, a woman needs 12 days. If that's the case, if they work together, one man and one woman, if they work together, how long it requires for them to finish the job? Yeah, I see the answer from Anumol, Paulvin, Nishmita, Soumya. So this is what, 1 by 10 plus 1 by 12. So 1 by 10 and 1 by 12, the common or LCM is 60. So 10 is how many times? 6 times. And 12 is 5 times. So it is 11 by 60, or the number of days required is what? 60 by 11. So that's the answer. And now we'll take a look at, if it is a child joins this, a child labor is not legal, but these kind of questions you may have, child labor is possible. These are kind of questions which, so what we need, child needs what, 20 days to finish the job. So how many days, if they work together, how long it will take? Earlier the answer was 60 by 11. So if we have child is included in this work, even though it's a one child, probably the number of days would be less than 60 by 11, correct? Now try this. 1 by 10, 1 by 12, 1 by 20 together. So what is the answer? $60 by 14, yes. $60 by 46, $60 by 14, $60 by 46. I'm getting different answers. Okay, let's take a look at that. 1 by 10 1 by 12, 1 by 20. What's a LCM? Least common multiple. What is it? 60, is it? 60. Now 10 how many times? 6 times. 12 how many times? 5 times. 20 how many times? 3 times. So, well, that is going to be 11 plus 3, 14. 14 by 60 of the job. So the answer, how many days we need? 60 by 14. 60 by 14 is the answer. Now the next type of questions from time and work, it's about like a person, let's say A or a man. If it is more than one man, so we have a number of persons are working on the same project. So this case, A can do a job in 5 days. So if there are 2 persons are working, or if it is a machine, we call A is a machine. So 2 machines are working. So I just take it as a machine. It's machine M1. M1 can finish a job in 5 days. So we have 2 machines. How much is required to finish the job? How long it requires? So M1 can finish the job in 5 days. So we have another machine, 2M. So the time required will be reduced to half. So if one man can do a job in 10 days and one woman can do a job in 12 days, one woman can do a job in 12 days. Now, if you employ, instead of that one man, if you go for 2 men and 2 women, what happens then? What is the change? The real change happens here. 2 men and 2 women. So what happens to the time required? Time required will be reduced to half. Exactly, that is what. But they may not give this kind of, exact easy kind of questions. Instead of that, 2 men and 2 women, or rather than doubling or tripling it, they may have complicated numbers for that. So we have 1 man. 1 man can finish a job in 1 by 10th of the job in 1 day. And when women can do 1 by 12th of a job. So we have 2 men. 2 men means 2 by 10th of the job can be. 2 men means 2 by 10th of the job can be done. Then 2 women means 2 by 12th of the job can be done in a day. So 2 by 10 plus 2 by 12, how much is that? That is 1 by 5 plus 1 by 6. So you can get the answer. So if we make it a little more complicated, so 1 man can do 1 by 10th of a job in a day, and 1 woman can do 1 by 12th of a job in a day. So if that is the case, let's say we have 2 men are working and only 1 woman is working. 1 woman is working and 2 men are working. So then, what is the answer? Take a look at it. Yes, I see the answers from Paulvin, Benedict, Sajid. So this case, 1 man can do 1 by 10th of a job in a day. And here, how many men are working? 2. So 2 by 10. And we have 1 woman working. So what that means? 1 by 12. So when we take LCM, that is going to be 60. 10 and 12, it's 60. So 10 how many times? 6 times. So we have 12. And 12 how many times? 5 times. So we have 5. 12 plus 5, 17. So 17 by 60 of the job can be done in one day. That is the fraction of the job. So once you convert that into number of days, that must be 60 by 17 days requires. And I'll take the similar example, same example, and we'll convert into a bit more complicated. So if you go with the same example, it is easy for you to relate. So the number of people will change the number of people. So in this case, we go for 3 men. 3 men and 4 women. Now, how long or how many days we need to finish that job? Take a look at it. Okay, I see the answers. I see the answers. Good, I appreciate it. By the way, I need to talk to Jerome sir for a minute. Jerome sir, can you make Shiv Prasad sir as the co-host? Jerome sir, can you hear me? So this question, how do we do? It's pretty simple as we have done earlier. What is it? One man can do 1/10 of a job in a day. Correct? 1/10. So we have 3 men. If it is 3 men, it's pretty simple as we have discussed earlier. So 1 man is 1/10, or 3 means 3/10. And we have 1 woman can do 12, a job in 12 days. So it's 1/12 in a day. The part of the job that can be done in a day is 1/12. 1/12, and in this case we have 4 women, so 4/12. So add it up. So we'll take your what? LCM. So 10, how many times 6? 6 into 3, 18. Plus, but 12, 5 times, right? So that is 20. So how much is that? 38 by 60. So, well, that's a fraction of the job. Then how many days we need? 60 by 38. End of the story. That's the answer. So that is what? 30 by 19. So that's a simplest fraction we can get from without like fraction, without going into decimals. All right, now let me invite Shiv Prasad sir. Before that, I just want to make him the host. Give me 1 minute. Shiv Prasad sir will be with you and he'll take you through the rest of the areas what you have discussed yesterday, and it's a continuation of what you have done yesterday. And in between, give me a second. So stay online. Okay, guys, you know what? It is the technical issue. So Shiva Prasad sir cannot join at this point of time. So we'll continue with the discussions what we are doing right now. So time and work, we have taken a look at time and work. Now we'll take a look at the averages part of the questions, average. So average, that's another important area you have in quantitative area, quantitative exams. So average. So what is the concept behind the average? Everybody knows this. What is average? And we talk about averages every day, many times. So what is the concept of average? So we have numbers. Let's say 49, 48, 47. So we have three numbers. What's the average of three numbers? 49, 48, 47. So 47 plus 48 plus 49. So these are the three numbers. When you take average, what is it? Divided by 3, that is going to be the average. But however, what we are looking at it without this kind of mathematical calculation. If it is possible, we are trying to avoid mathematical calculation. Is it possible to get the answer without mathematical calculation? So yes, Amala said the answer is 48. How do you get the answer? Is it possible to get the answer without calculation? You look at these numbers, 47, 48, 49. Is there any peculiarity for these numbers? Yeah, consecutive numbers. Well, consecutive numbers 47 and 48, the difference is 1. Difference is 1. Same way 48 and 49, difference is 1. So if that is the case, if you take the average, the middle number is going to be the average of those three numbers. So that is easy for us to deal with this kind of question. I'll show you another example. The numbers may not be really consecutive, but we can apply the same pattern. For example, like 36, 41, 46. So this case, is it possible? Yes. Why do we take 41? This case, these are not consecutive numbers, but what is the pattern here? 36 and 41 difference is 5. Then 41 and 46 difference is 5. So if you take average, that middle number. So that middle number 41 would be the average. So this method or this kind of inference can be applied in different areas of competitive exams, especially when it comes to average related questions and age related questions. I'll show you that one by one. When we deal with age related questions, sometimes they may say that 5 cousins, their ages differs by 2. The differences of ages from one cousin to the other cousin, it is 2. So we have 5 cousins, 5 of them. And sum of their ages is going to be 150. 5 cousins, sum of their ages is going to be 150. Then what is going to be the age of second youngest one? So, well, we have 5 cousins. Their ages differs by 2. That means A, B, C, D, and E, 5 cousins. Their ages differs by 2. That means difference between their ages is going to be 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. So if that is the case, our question is, who is the second youngest one? What is the age of the second youngest one? I see the answer from Alan. Amala? second youngest one? That's a question. So here we have 5 cousins. The easy way to deal with this question, if it is 5 cousins, definitely what is their average age? And their ages differs by 2, 2, 2, right? So 2 is the age difference. So what is the average age, or what is the age of the person in the middle? What's the age of C? Yeah, that is 30. 150 by 5, 30. So once you get that 30, it's pretty simple. Their ages differs by 2, right? So B must be 30 minus 2, A must be 28 minus 2, and D must be plus 2, and E must be plus 4. Or you can take it the other way. 30 here, this one is 28, this one is 26, and this one is 32, and this one is 34. Doesn't matter. Either way you take it, no issue. So if this is the case, what we need is second youngest one. Second youngest one. Youngest is A, second youngest one is B. So age of B is what? 28. So we apply the same average concept in age related questions. So there is another type of questions that is related with age. We'll take a look at that one. So we have, let's say, six students in a group. So they are doing a project or something like that. There are 6 students. The average of their age is 50 kilograms. 6 students. Average of their age is 50 kilograms. In this group, so one person moves away from this group. Some reason that person is removed from that group, and another person joined in this group. Now, the average became 56 kilogram. Then can you find out the weight of the person who recently joined this group? Is it possible to find out? Well, the concept behind this kind of questions, 6 students, average is 50 kilogram. So what is the total age of these students? I mean, total weight of the students. 6 into 50, correct? That is what? 300 kilograms is the total weight of the students. Now, if the new persons join this group, that became, the average became 56. So 56 into 6, how much is that? Difference is 6. 6 into 6, 36. 36 is going to be the difference. So 336 kilogram. Now, what would be the age of the person who joined? I mean, what would be the weight of the person who joined? Any idea? Can you say the weight? Well, absolutely, you cannot really say the weight of the person who joined, because we have no idea what is the weight of the person who has removed from this group. If you know the weight of the person who is removed from this group, then you can find the weight of the person who is joined. So let's say a person with 60 kilogram weight is removed from this group, and another person joined. Now, if a person with a 60 kilogram is removed from this group and another person joined, then what is the weight of that person? New person. Yeah, that's right. Because earlier the total weight was 300 kilograms. Now the new weight is what? 336 kilograms. So what is the difference? 36 kilogram is the difference. However, the person who is removed from this group is 60 kilograms. And the person who joined, that person must have what? 36 kilograms more than the 60. So it is going to be 96 kilograms. So the weight of the new person joined, it is 96 kilograms. And these are kind of, average type of questions. And we'll take maybe one more example before we finish today. Well, the average weight of 10 boxes, average weight of 10 boxes. 10 boxes.
അപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും അതിന്റെ PDF ആണെങ്കിൽ സ്ഥിരമായിട്ട്
It is
ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
30 kilograms.
ആ കോഴ്സിനെ കുറിച്ച് ഓറിയന്റേഷൻ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ കേട്ട ഒരു ഇതിൽ ഞാൻ പറയുകയാണ്, അത്യാവശ്യം നല്ലൊരു കോഴ്സാണ്. അപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് താല്പര്യം ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, അതായത് ഇന്നാൾ എനിക്ക് പേര് തന്നല്ലോ, അത് അവിടെ കിടക്കട്ടെ, ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ചേരാൻ താല്പര്യം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, അതായത്
So average of 10 boxes is 30 kilograms. And if one box is taken away from this, one box which weighs 25 kilograms, 25 kilograms is taken away from this. And we have a new box bring into this group. One box is removed, a new box is added, a new box is added. And the average changed into what? 31 kilograms. Then what is the weight of the new box which is added? Okay, I see the answers from Alan. Anybody else? Apart from Alan, anyone else has the answer? Amala, Benedict? So this case, what happened here? 10 boxes average weight is 300 kilograms and one box is removed. The weight of that box is 25 kilograms and we have a new box introduced. And when the new box is introduced in the group, what? The average became 31 kilogram. So ultimately what happened in this group? Average is increased by 1 kilogram. If average is increased by 1 kilogram, we have 10 boxes, right? So total weight is increased by how much? 10 boxes, right? So average is increased by 1. So 10 boxes. So then it must be increased by 10 kilograms, correct? So well, the total weight is increased by 10 kilograms. Or if you multiply it, you can see that 10 boxes, 30 kilogram is the average weight. Total weight is 300 kilograms. Total is 300. And the new average, it is 31 kilogram, 31. So 31 into 10, 310, 310. So you see the difference, 300 and 310, that's the difference. And the box which is removed is 25 kilogram. And the new weight is 310. So that means 10 kilograms increase from the previous case. So the box which is added must have 10 kilograms more than the previous box. So 35 would be the weight of the new box, 35 kilograms. Even without doing this calculation, you can get the answer. We'll take, one more example from this average. Well, I have around 7 students in a group, 7 students. Average of their weight is 60 kilograms, 60 kilograms. And Student with a weight of 50 kilogram is moved away from that group. Another person joined the group. What's the weight of the new person? The average of the group weight is decreased to 58 kilograms. The average is 60 earlier, now it is 58 kilograms. So what is the weight of the person joined? Make it fast. Yeah, I see the different. I mean, I see the answers. Paulvin, Divya, Ellen, Alex, anybody else? Therese. Well, what is happening over here? It was 60, average was 60, now it is 58. What's the difference? 2 is the difference. How many persons are there? 7 persons. So 2 difference in the average means total difference must be 14. So the difference must be 14. So we have the person which is moved away from this group. It is a weight with a 50 kilogram, right? Now the new person joined. The total weight decrease must be 14 kilograms. So the person who joined will have the weight of what, 36 kilograms. Without doing the multiplication, without doing like any kind of calculation, mental calculation, you can get the answer with the mental calculation, without like paper pencil calculation. Well, if you need paper pencil calculation, how do you do it? The weight of 7 persons, average is 600, I mean 60. The weight of 7 persons is going to be 7 into 6, 420 kilograms. That's a total weight. And the new situation, what is the weight? That is going to be 58. 58 into 7. 58 into 7 means 400 and how much is that? 406. So 420 and 406. That is the difference in total weight. So what is the difference? It's 14 kilograms. So that 14 kilograms must be less for the person who joined in this group. And this question they may ask in the other way. For example, a person with 60 kilogram moved away from a group and a new person with a 70 kilogram joined the group. Then what is the change in the average weight of the group? So let's say we have 10 persons and their average weight is 55 kilograms. And we have a person with 60 kilogram moved away from that group, a new person joined in the group. The weight of that person is 70 kilogram. Then what is the change in average? So this is the average. Earlier it was 55, now what's the average? Yes, Anu got the answer. Anybody else? Yes, Alan, Anu. Anumol. This case 60 became 70, right? So what is the difference? 10 kilogram is increased. The total weight increased by 10 kilogram. If total weight is increased by 10 kilogram, how many persons are there in the group? There are 10 persons, right? So when you take average, total 10 is increased, but when you take average, it's going to be what? 10 by 10. 10 by 10. So each person, the average weight is increased by 1. So 55 became what? 56. Or if you have any kind of confusion with this, what you can do is take that total weight. What is it? 550 was the total weight. 55 average, total weight is 550. Now we have one person is moved away from 550, a person with a 60 kilogram. So 490 is the balance. And a new person has joined this group. The 70 is the weight of that person. So total is 560. Total is 560. So 560 by how many persons? 10. So 560 by 10, that is 56. That's a mathematical way of doing it. Well, we don't need the mathematical way of doing this. We can do it by mental calculation. All right, it's pleasure working with you guys. Any kind of questions from you? Or everything is all right? Seems like everything is all right. If that's the case, see you next time, tomorrow. Bye-bye.